quite a different trip to what we're used to. We want you guys to take on various leadership roles for the group and for the benefit of all. Just thinking about those little things that do make a big difference when you are in charge of other people or when you're responsible for a group and not just for yourself. And in this situation, a whitewater environment, really important that you know how to work as a team to keep everyone safe. When you start having to make decisions for yourself, particularly on rapids where you know that there are dangers or you're not really sure which way to go, I think that does change things for people.
So in 1980, Bob Brown, he heard that they were going to be damming the Franklin, so he got together with all the other Greens members and people like Leonard's family and Peter Dombrowski's, and they paddled the Franklin to take photos to showcase its beauty. And on the way down, they took photos of Rock Island Bend, which made most national newspapers, to sort of win people over, because going into this argument, they were the underdogs, because they were sort of going up against big corporate powers such as Hydro and the state government. And we're so lucky that it's still here today. Such an amazing setting, and it's now World Heritage listed.
At the start, I was still trying to learn the strokes and even how to control the raft. It was quite good getting the leadership. I was up on the rocks and stuff thinking about which line we're going to take, it's a lot more visual than rather just following everyone else. No, it's really good just to have, you're running the whole show for everyone else in the group.
One of the things I really enjoyed about today was having to get out and scout the rapid, and actually instead of just being told go that way, actually getting to pick our line and decide what way is best for the group. I thought that was interesting, to bring it up a notch from just being brought along to actually being involved in picking the lines.
Compared to the trip we did last year on the Picton, which was really sort of erratic, stop here and then we'll go down and then you come down. When you have a little bit of involvement in the process and you're sort of making some of the decisions, whether you stop and check a rapid or whether you go down it straight away, it sort of forces you to be engaged with what you're doing, rather than on another trip where you can sort of sit back and just be really worried about what you're doing.
Scouting the rapids, a fair bit of responsibility sort of placed on you, because it's a very dynamic environment. Things go wrong very quickly. The leaders really have to be on their top game and be concentrating with everything. I found that quite hard because we've got quite a few things going on. There's lots of people on the river. You've got to be looking after yourself, because you've got to think about what you're doing, and also making sure that everybody else knows what they're doing and making sure that they're on a safe path. I really enjoyed the fact that we're using packrafts as a mode of transport. I found it quite satisfying, sort of using it like a quite efficient mode of transport to get from A to B.
I really enjoyed when I got caught on a rock and my raft filled up with water and the pack floated 50 metres downstream.
We're probably at this corner here, and you've got all this rock shown here, particularly on the left. We'll go around, and then hopefully, once you get here, it's only a couple hundred metres, you'll be looking straight down at the end.
One thing I really enjoyed about today was the big drops we kind of hit on the way down.
We're now at the junction of Collingwood and Franklin rivers, and for those that have been involved in doing some of the research in the environmental history, you'll have a really good appreciation of just how special this river is and this area is. But I'm hoping that the rest of you have actually managed to see some of that just by the beautiful forest that we've paddled through and the gorge-like section in Collingwood.
I thought the sheer cliffs and the scenery was pretty amazing. Just seeing something so different that's not in Hobart, like the wilderness, is just pretty surreal.
On a river, there's no track, so depending on where you are, you're really the only evidence of anything man-made, whereas bushwalking, unless you're really remote, there's generally a fair amount of unavoidable sort of human aspects, I suppose. Looking up at stars and stuff, you sort of think a little bit about this sort of, it's like very similar to how Aborigines would have seen it however many thousands of years ago, pretty much unchanged. And then, yeah, how you feel to be worlds away from anywhere else. It's just you and the environment, really.
I read up in this book on the Lower Franklin, people had found these caves and they weren't really looked at until HEC wanted to dam the area, and then archaeologists, they'd completely dismissed any possibility of Aborigines being down there. They dug up 1 single square metre of the cave and they found 40,000 artefacts.
40,000?
40,000
Wow.
in 1 square metre.
I just find it pretty great coming back 30 years after my family helped protect this river, to see it, that it's not dammed and it's still running, and see that how great it is and how much they help to keep this river flowing so we get to see how beautiful and nice it is today.